Hi, welcome to LiveWire. I'm Ray Tatter, and you're going to meet somebody today who scared me the first time that I met her. I was asked to tell some stories, one story, at a children's festival a long time ago. And I thought, oh, small children's festival, one story. So I picked a nice story, learned it, got it in my head, and then went down there. They were like 150 kids with their parents. And I was told that there were some other storytellers. And the other storyteller, one of them, was Angela James, who was well known, a professional storyteller. And here's me going to do my little story. Stay tuned for LiveWire right after this and meet Angela James. So you're going to meet Angela James, who is not only a storyteller, a poet, and she's on the board of the Poetry Center in Sacramento. She is also the head of a dance company, a drum company called Fenix Dance and Drum. Welcome to LiveWire.
Thank you, Ray.
How about that for an introduction? And I am so impressed by all the good things that you do in Sacramento. I think it's kind of interesting. How do you keep up with all of that?
Oh, one cocktail a night, living.
I get it. Okay. Well, you have coming up this weekend the West African dances done by the Fenix Dance and Drum Company. Tell me about the Fenix Dance and Drum Company, how it got started. Whoa, it's nice to know that we have a dance company that does West African dances and traditional dances of the Congo and the African Caribbean dances and things like that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's Fenix Drum and Dance Company.
What did I say? Did I say something like drum?
You said dance and drum. Okay, but
dance and drum. Oh, it's drum and dance.
Yes, I'll forgive you this time.
Okay, this time. Okay.
The Fenix Drum and Dance Company, we've been along for a long time. We sort of emerged from the leftovers of two other companies. We used to be an all-female drum group, and our drummers used to drum for another company and dance for another company. So about several years ago, we got those two groups together and came up with the name Fenix. And that was almost 20 years ago. And since that, we have been a mainstay in Sacramento. We do entertainment, we do performances, we have an education outreach arm, we go to schools, so we do everything. We do corporate events, fairs and festivals and private events and weddings and funerals and christenings and bar mitzvahs, you name it. We are there to participate and enhance these various occasions.
So if somebody was listening in and said, gosh, I'd like to see what they do.
Well, they can go to our website, which is just phoenixdrumanddance.com, and you will get a world of information there. And there's also a link to the Facebook page. We can't live without Facebook these days.
Of course not.
Link to the Facebook.
You have an event coming up?
Well, yeah. Hey, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked, because in a few days, and I'm busy making costumes, that's why we are performing for the Social Distance Theater, which is an outdoor stage at the California stage. Last year, they built a stage on the outside, limited the audience to 50 people, and we were out there performing. So it was so much fun last year. We're doing it again this year. And this will be on Saturday, this Saturday, the 29th. And this is just, I'm sharing with the LiveWire people. It's my birthday.
Oh, okay. They can all come down and wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah. They can get tickets. Just go to either our website or calstage.org and get tickets. But it's going to be fun.
Hit the button there at your website. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Whoa.
That's
a little crawl down there. I love technology.
That's the best place to get ticket information. So it's really a fun venue. There are little picnic tables set up and umbrellas, and it was all socially distanced. But now people are a little bit closer, and but it's all outdoors, fresh air, free snacks, and great entertainment because Fenix Drum and Dance will be in the house.
Good, live, good. So, and tell me a little bit about the kinds of dances, West African dances, and the kind of thing. Maybe we have some video, actually, we could possibly look at some of the dances.
Yeah, take a look at one of the dances if you have the video. This is a dance, it's called Liberty, and it was from Guinea. It was commissioned for Guinea independence way back in the 1950s.
Wow.
And it's become quite a popular dance. So very energetic. It's all about freedom, liberty,
Yeah, sure. Let's see a little snippet of it, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Here we go. Whoa.
Yeah, I get tired just watching that.
Oh, I mean, let me ask you, because you take these dances to schools and children see them. What do they think? Do they ask you any questions about all that energy that it takes?
Well, this is so funny because remember when that movie came out, the one with the Black Panther? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, at the school assemblies, we'd ask the kids to, do you know some of the countries of West Africa? We collaborate with the teachers, and we say, if you don't, you can go back to your classroom and look at the map. And invariably, after that movie came out, we would have somebody saying, Wakanda. And you're like, oh no, Wakanda is not a country.
I love it.
But we study the dances of West Africa. And I think the reason we do that is twofold. First of all, those were most of the dances that were being taught here in the United States by those people who were the cultural ambassadors from West Africa. So there were a lot of teachers from Guinea and Mali and Senegal and the Ivory Coast. So those are kind of the dances we're mostly associated with. But also, during the bad old days of slavery, that's where many of the Black American population came from. the west coast of Africa. So there is that connection. We do other dances from other parts of Africa, but they don't resonate as well. You know, we do some stuff from Zimbabwe, but it doesn't resonate as much as the stuff from West Africa.
Yeah, those all those movements are very powerful dance. You know, I can remember studying dance and with Masami Kuni, who did a Japanese form of indigenous dancing, and boy, you know, after a few minutes, I thought, oh, I kept saying to him in German, "Können wir halten bitte? Ich bin müde. I'm tired. I'm tired." Yeah, but I can imagine what those young people who are dancing there now, they get through that dance. Well,
you know, the thing is, we tell everybody to dance at their own pace, because one of the things with our company is our group. It's a multi-generational. So we have kids dancing with adults. You know, family style. You have, like, when we have classes, anybody under 6 years old is free. You know, as they come and they dance. We have 3-year-olds. There were toys in the room. They dance a little bit and then they go play Legos and then they come back, and so they're used to that. We have this multi-generational, and in that one particular shoot was so funny. We had a 6-year-old drummer, and we set her next to the lead drummer, who was a professional drummer. And that night, after rehearsal and doing notes, she complained. She says, "I don't want to sit next to him. He's drumming too loud. I can't hear myself."
Oh, yeah, he wants to hear your own sound. Sure. It's very interesting. It's really wonderful. And I'm sure it's a fascinating thing to have children. Will there be dancing children at the event this Saturday night?
Well, we are going to have some children, and this is a new crop we're having. Since we haven't had classes for over a year, that everybody's sort of split all over the place. We can't find some of them. But for years and years, we had a group. We offered a free program for the neighborhood kids called the Junior Afro Acrobats. And this was funded by an patron who prefers to remain anonymous. You know, we were able to get the mats. We were able to pay an instructor. And these are the kids. They did their tumbling act, but we taught them some of the dances. This Saturday, we're having a new crop of kids. It's their first ever performance. So, you know, and so I don't know, they might just fold up and cry or whatever, but we throw them in there anyway, because we want them to get used to the idea.
Sure.
We teach them stage etiquette. We teach them show etiquette. And we treat it as a learning curve for them to go out, how to meet people, how to interact with other performers and the audience and people in general.
It's just fine. It's very interesting. You perform at all kinds of events, and I can remember touring myself, and I can remember that I went to see one stage, and the stage was covered with stairwells because they were going to have some other event following us. We couldn't do our dances on that stage, so we started to move because the chairs were not fixed. So we moved the chairs out around our dance, and we danced right in the middle of these high school students, you know, within like 1 foot of us. We were doing all of these crazy, wonderful dances. It's amazing, you know, how you have to. I noticed that they were dancing on some step units in front of a stage.
Yeah, you know, actually, that's a stage here in Sacramento. That is the 24th Street Theater.
Oh.
And they're lucky. They had, you know, they have a pretty tall stage. And they also, we found out, had risers. And that's what the drummers are with that. what we call the big show. That is our recital. So what you saw there in the video was part of our recital. We call it the big show because it's not just the case of every class coming and doing something. We incorporate everything into a show. We also hire some professional musicians to play alongside the students to give them an idea of what they can achieve if they keep practicing.
Yeah, that's very good. It's very good. Also, in the if you go to your website, phoenixdanceanddrum.com, if you go to that website, you'll see the word multi-ethnic, and you could see there were various shades of people out there, and so I could go and actually learn. Well, maybe I'm a little old, but
we don't care, and we don't care that you're old. Yeah, as I said, we are multi-ethnic and also multi-generational. And
and generational. Oh, I fit into that category.
Yeah, so we have shows where we have the more mature performers, and we tell them, okay, we're going to bring up the rare because I'm in that category, and we do it, and this has turned into, we have entire families. Well, not last year, but over the years, we've had entire families. You have maybe the kids dancing, the parents drumming, or vice versa, or everybody gets involved because that's the way we teach.
That's great. Is it possible to teach drumming, to learn drumming from you?
Oh, yeah. So we don't have anything up on our website about the classes because we're not having any. But we teach with the dance classes. We teach West African, Afro-Caribbean. We teach the drumming. We teach the West African drumming. And we also teach some Afro-Caribbean drumming as well.
So if I call, I can get your post-COVID plans.
But you know what? We don't have any firm. Who has firm post-COVID plans right now? We're just hoping. We tried to institute some limited drum classes last year when we had moved up a tier, and that lasted 5 weeks, and then we had to just do away with it. My daughter, who is the main drum instructor, she's very good at it. She has taken several trips to various countries in West Africa to study the drumming and the dancing and other cultural aspects of those countries. She's been doing off and on a Zoom class for people who are interested, but it's not, she has some regular people, but it's they want to come and do it in person. They want that sort of that atmosphere. So a lot of people who would normally come to a drum class, they're like, okay, I'm doing it on Zoom. It's not the same thing.
Oh, amazing. So I wanted to ask, though, you also have a singer coming.
Oh, yeah. So Stevie Love is, as I said, we do stuff of the diaspora and whatnot, but Stevie Love is a Jamaican, and that's nice because I'm from the West Indies as well. And he's a singer and a guitar player and a keyboardist. He's a professional musician. He plays with several bands. And when he's also a friend that we're doing this, so he always comes out and opens up for us and gave us he's got a big voice. That's all I can say. And,
all right.
He always does such a great job of singing and playing and getting the audience ready for the drummers and dancers. So I called him up and he was like, oh, Angela, I'll be right there,
Oh, sweet.
He's even going to cut his gig before a little bit short.
I get it. That's really good. Okay.
Yeah, and I had to tell him like several times, it is at the Social Distance Theater at California Stage where you played for us last time. And he's like, but it's not indoors. No, it's an outdoor theater in the courtyard It's May 29th, so if you had other vacation plans, just forget it. And come on to May 29th, the show is going to be on at 8 o'clock.
Oh, wow. I also want to, we only have a few minutes, so I want to ask you a little bit more about your life as a performer. You're a storyteller. You do storytelling, and that I knew from experience. And hearing your wonderful story and your power to move a crowd through that, some of the fabulous stories that you know. But also, do you have a character that you play from history? Most entertainers who do individual work have one. Do you have one that you play?
I try not to do too much individual stuff. I try to keep so much in the stuff with the Fenix drum and dance.
Mm-hmm.
We try to incorporate, because we have a really talented, multi-talented bunch of people. So we try to showcase everybody's talents.
Mm-hmm.
So we have more than one storyteller, and I am one of them. I'm also associated with the Poetry Center, so if need be, we incorporate poetry and the music and the dance and everything into our shows. And I have to admit, at the Poetry Center years ago, when Bob Stanley was the poet laureate, he actually invited us to come in and do a performance, which was a combination of the music and dance, the storytelling, and the poetry. And that went very well. So this is, it's not a case that we just go on there and we do a dance and we're done. We try to get a whole atmosphere. We try to take people to a place where most of us haven't been, that community-oriented type thing. We do it in the schools. We have a lot of audience participation when we have our shows, whether it's in a big hall with 500 or 1,000 people, or whether it's in a school classroom of 20 or 25 students. So we're very, very interactive. And we try to impress upon people that educational background and a little cultural references while we do that. So if I have to get into the persona of Harriet Tubman, because we have incorporated that into the program, that's what I do, or somebody else can do. Or poetically, I like to do Francis C.W. Harper, who was an abolitionist and a poet.
And you're a poet, and also you're on the board of the Poetry Center. That whole area of language kind of goes with storytelling, or doesn't. You know what I mean? Because some stories turn into song, or they turn into poems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff you do, and I just want to thank you so much for being on the program with me. Mm-hmm. And I would also like to say that I've got to say something about the radio dramas. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, photos. Oh, yeah. I'd like to show some photos.
Well, real quickly, this was at the Fairy Tale Town. We go out there a couple times a year and we do that. And we incorporate the kids into the programming that we do. This is here at the California stage. So this is where we will be this weekend. You can see nice stage, curtains, lights, and everything. That's the courtyard where we'll be performing.
I love it. Okay.
On Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Okay, yeah. Saturday at 8 o'clock, and they could just get onto your website.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of our drum classes that we were having someplace. I don't remember where, but we have drum classes, but sometimes we also facilitate drum circles, especially for corporate events or training. And this year again is at Fairy Tale Town. Yeah.
Wow. That's so good. Well, I can't wait to see you Saturday night with the Fenix Dance and Drum Company dancing their toes. Drum. Did I say dance and drum?
Again.
Yeah, but the drum happens because the drum sets the dance. I'll have to remember it that way.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
2 minutes.
I know, but I really wanted to announce something else. So hang in there, and I have one more question. Saturday night, this is what I think you could do. Saturday night, watch this on the television, or it's a radio. Oh, it's on the radio, KUBU FM, and that's on 96.5 on Access Sacramento. You can learn more about it. It's a high school radio drama contest that happened. Radio drama written by high school students. And that's between 4 and 5 p.m. on Saturday. Then you can hop in the car and come down to the Social Distance Theater and see the African dancing. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
That's good. Social Distance Theater presents Fenix Drum, I got it right, and Dance Company this Saturday night at 8 p.m.
Yes, 8 p.m.
And it's you can learn more by getting information and tickets by going to phoenixdrumanddance.com.
Mhm. Or you can also get ticket information at calstage.org.
ORG.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Angela, for talking to me.
Okay, we hope to see everybody.
Okay, bye.
Like a picnic lunch. Okay.
30 seconds. Okay, we're wrapping up. Thank you so much for coming on the program and telling me all about your wonderful dance company and talking about storytelling and all of those good things that everybody needs in their life. And my dog, wherever he is.
Mhm.
All right, we'll see you next week on LiveWire.
Thank you.